The familiar steel blade of bitter hostility twists deep inside my gut. Hate blended with unchecked resentment creates an appalling taste of intense revulsion. The hostile atmosphere intensifies as my elemental eyes cycle through unhidden emotions. Heat magnifies and rises to the surface, despite my futile attempt to rein in immense anger. Samuel, once a beggar who bartered himself for worthless pennies, won the devil's jackpot that shadowy night by mere minutes. Supremacy was then bequeathed to him as dictated by biblical law, and now the eldest, inherited by unfair birthright, stands smugly in front of me. He conceals his true self beneath tailored suits, fine jewelry, and costly cigars. The gentleman. Greed for enhanced powers consumes him, and the devil certainly answers the request of his firstborn. Crucial questions spark in rapid progression in my mind. Why this uninvited intrusion into my home? For what historical purpose is Jasper's handwritten synopsis required? My demise? That of my coven? If that is Samuel's intent, he will need to destroy me first in order to release my children from the powerful blood ties they share with me. Who is this mysterious petite female with alabaster skin? And why does a conventional mouse project such enormous power? How many of us will withstand this day? Matthew is of pronounced value, and although the irreversible devastation to the empath would be heartbreaking, of all my children he would survive. If Mark has foreseen our end, he will place the healer in a safe haven constructed for such inescapable moments as these. Mark will deliberately sacrifice his own immortal life by placing himself in Samuel's pathway if necessary, visually sparing his triplet brother the hellish memory of witnessing his death. Inwardly, Matthew will suffer a great physical, emotional, and mental sorrow, but he can endure the death. No matter how many miles or years Mark can distance between them, the taut bond the brothers share endures far beyond blood or vampire. Michael's spectral manifestation bears witness to that. If Samuel destroys me, Anthony, who is just beneath me in the line of power, will erroneously inherit my children under vampire law. An unwise decision on Samuel's behalf. Anthony's merge of two covens would create a fierce immortal army. Samuel will more likely dispose of us all, which would be a divine mercy for the sake of my children. Final death is preferable to the punishing hand of a deviant sexual master. Perhaps Samuel is laying the groundwork to also assassinate Anthony's house. Possibly he already has. Then he obtains Anthony's children as well. Samuel would possess the superpowers of all the elder bloodlines save for Josiah, who will not face his assassin knowingly. Samuel's eyes hold undisclosed purpose. His new, tightly controlled power yearns to deliver destructive blows, and I mentally stagger from the unexpected onslaught as he attempts to invade my mind. I will not go down voluntarily, but ferociously attack our enemy. If my children do witness and withstand this day, their reminiscence of me will be one of celebrated pride. My eyebrows increase in utter determination, teeth clenched. Let the fierce battle of wills commence. I will not bow, I spit out in unreserved tones of abhorrence and defiance. I am no servant. I am an elder. Samuel's cruel hands twist, and instant pain surges through my chest cavity, heart wrenched by invisible fingers. Searing pain spears inside my head, and my knees shake, while a seemingly disembodied voice demands I bow. I will not bow, I audibly repeat, curling my hands into stubborn fists. Unimaginable pain overtakes my entire body, and the elemental influences that never leave me are disturbingly blocked. I refuse. I refuse. I motherfucking refuse to kneel before him. I collect my remaining strength, and in an attempt to get him out of my head and compel my body to crash against the interior wall. The plaster buckles and white dust congest the air, but it momentarily diverts Samuel's concentration and earns me a temporary reprieve from his mind theft. His forefingers reflexively jerk, and I swiftly relocate to the wall directly behind him. I strive for the unexpected assault, boots pushing off the wall, but my determined hands slip from around Samuel's neck as my clothes burst into sudden flames. I drop hard, instinctually rolling to smother the orange-red flames licking at my skin. I glance up, and the peculiar female responsible steps aside. Jada opts to unite with me in this war between immortals, launching 2 weighty lamps through the air with her telekinetic power. They crash hard against the wall as Samuel inclines to the side. Jasper, the shamed angel of battle, splays inky black wings and leaps forward, forcing Jada's head flat to the floor, compressing it beneath his foot within seconds after the near miss. "Please!" Selena bellows as the sinister elfin female steps protectively in front of Samuel. "Don't hurt my beloved liege!" The mouse rises on hind paws, tiny pink fingers splayed, eyes gleaming red and ears fixed back. Unusual fangs elongate from within its unnatural mouth. Protective, prepared, likely the most pernicious of Samuel's coven, a demon. Samuel's mask of calm demeanor disappears, his eyes shifting to a polished black. Dominant hands raise, and I instantaneously soar in reverse, my back tearing through wall after wall of dense sheetrock. 2x4 splinter and live electrical cables spark. Samuel strides through every shattered structural wall, compelling my body before him in consequence. With a subtle gesture, he drops me to prideful knees. "You always were an unteachable, headstrong bastard," he pronounces. "Stake my children alongside me, I demand, rather than allow them to suffer at the hands of Anthony."